And this is where the laundromat is located. Laundry Hub, it is called. Right beside this big tall building. And Yut Key is right around the corner. Yeah, here it is, right here. Laundry Hub, self-service coin laundry. And just from the paint job, the decor, it looks to be brand new. Check it out, nice looking machines. Got 10 kilogram, 14 kilogram washers, and dryers as well. Look at that. And the whole thing is run by tokens. And yeah, you get your tokens over here. I'm not sure how much it costs. Oh, there it is there. The charges here. So 10 kilogram warm, 6 tokens, hot 7, 14. Okay. I think I'm going to go for the 14. I always had this idea that the bigger washing machines actually wash better because they add more water. They probably don't. They probably have a sensor inside, but I'm going to put everything into a 14 kilogram machine. Beautiful. Everything's working great. Just had to read through the instructions, and yeah, very modern. I've never seen washing machines systems as modern as this. These are brand new technology. So you've got all digital display here in English, touch screen. There's no dials, no buttons, nothing like that, and it just walks you through the system, no problem. And look at this, I've never seen this before. They do have like it says here, free detergent. So it automatically adds soap and stuff like that. I've seen that before, but here they actually have an open box that shows you the one on the left is for detergent, the one in the middle is sanitizer, and the one on the right is softener. And you can actually see the spinning around as the liquid goes into the machine. And I've never seen anything like that before. Yeah, brand new system. So now we just wait. Yeah, look at that. That's beautiful. I was always complaining that there was never enough water, but look at that. That's exactly right. Nice. I have a lot of confidence that the clothing is getting washed. So many other laundromats, the machine barely spins around. That's really good. My favorite laundromat in a long, long time. That's it. Laundry is all done. Heading back to my hotel. Yeah, really nice. Nice experience. Beautiful, brand new, modern laundromat. The machines use tons of water. Just enough soap is added automatically. The dryers were also brand new, super hot. You have to pay 5 tokens, 5 ringgit for the dryer, but I didn't need the full dryer sequence at all. Everything was dry way before the time was up. Everything worked beautifully. And while I was there, I had a chance to chat with the worker there. Using Google Translate, I found out a little bit about his life. And he was from Bangladesh, the man that was helping me. And he works there at the laundromat. He's sort of on call, he said 24 hours a day. So he works there 24 hours a day. He sleeps in the back. And then even when he's sleeping, he basically has to be available in case customers need help. And then he comes out and helps people like me if I can't figure out how to use the machines, things like that. I always get in trouble with that because I like to do things very methodically. So I was standing there reading. I like to read all the instructions before I do anything. So of course, as I'm standing there reading, he just assumed I didn't know what to do. So he seemed to be taking his work very seriously, and he wanted to jump in and help me and do everything for me. He would have done everything. He would have loaded my clothing into the machine, inserted the tokens, started the machine. He probably would have dried it and folded everything up for me as well. But yeah, very hard worker, that guy, very conscientious. And he told me that he earned 1,800 ringgit. That was his monthly salary. Something like 400 US, maybe, something like that. And he said that out of his 1,800 ringgit, he sends 1,400 back to Bangladesh each month for his mother, his father, his children, and his wife. So he has 400 ringgit left over to live on here in Kuala Lumpur. But I'm assuming rent is covered because he lives at the laundromat apparently, so he doesn't have to pay for rent. So the 400 ringgit that he has left over covers his food for the month and any other expenses. So yeah, not a lot of money to live on, that's for sure. And of course, as part of the deal, he has to live separate from his family. He's separate from his wife and children and parents, so it's a bit of a downside. He said he used to work in Saudi Arabia, and he said that getting work in Saudi Arabia was easier, that yeah, there were more jobs and less competition for those jobs. But he said Malaysia, there's more competition. So he said it's harder to get a job in Malaysia than in Saudi Arabia. But I didn't ask him which country he liked better. Ran out of time. He had to help some other customers, so I couldn't ask him all the questions I had. But yeah, that was very, very interesting to chat with him. And then another couple came in to do laundry. I chatted with them. They were from Italy, a young family here traveling around Southeast Asia. And so he helped them figure out how to use the machines. And they overheard my conversation a little bit, talking about his salary and how long he worked 24 hours a day. And they were offering to get him a coffee. Says, oh, like, would you like a coffee? We'll go get you a hot coffee to go, something like that. Give him a treat, basically. But he didn't really understand. I tried to help translate, but he didn't quite grasp the idea, so he didn't actually get a coffee, at least not while I was still there. Maybe he got one afterwards. But yeah, that's it. Laundry adventure for today. Very happy to have discovered that place. Well, this is dinner time. Heading down the stairs at my hotel. Don't think I've captured this on video before. This thing here, it's like a wall coming down. I've smacked my head on there so hard a couple of times. I actually started taking the elevator because this was way too dangerous, but just gotta make sure you remember that it's there. And as usual, everything in my life is one thing, and it's also a camera test. So this is me going to get some takeaway dinner, but I'm also recording with a GoPro Hero 9 on my neck mount, but no media mod, no external microphones. It's just the GoPro. Like using the built-in mics. Because that is the lightest and simplest way you can go. I'm just curious what the audio is like with the built-in mics. There are often people sleeping on that bridge that I just walked over. You probably saw them on the video. But there's a family there now. And I don't think I'd seen them before. Curious about who they are. They have 4 or 5 children, but I've seen them there for the last week or two. And I think they've been sleeping there at night. And this is where the shawarma restaurant is. But I don't think the shawarma will be a regular part of my life in KL, simply because their hours are pretty irregular. I'm never quite sure when they're open. And then when they are open, they're so busy. I came here the other day and they were open, and I asked for 4 shawarma, and he said it would take 40 minutes because he had a whole bunch of people ahead of me. And then I came back in 40 minutes. But when I showed up, he looked up, he was like so surprised. It was like he looked at me like he wondered what I was doing there. Like I came back way too early. And I said, it's been exactly 40 minutes. And he says, oh. And then I ended up sitting there and I waited an hour more before he finally was able to get to my order. There's so many orders ahead of me. So yeah, you have to plan ahead if you want a shawarma. But this is the place where I've gotten something to eat a couple of times, Restaurant Al Bidaya. And since I don't really know how to order yet, but we're slowly getting to know each other, me and this restaurant.
சாப்பாடு வச்சுட்டு உங்களுக்கு ஒரு பிரியாணி டேக்கிங் ஒரு பொங்கல் பண்ணியிருப்பா டப்பாவில் ஓகே.
Oh, look at this. I never noticed this before. There's candy. Like a egg, look like jelly beans. Egg candy. Jelly, rainbow jelly. Jalebi.
Yeah, jalebi.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe, can I try just one?
Okay.
Is that okay? And ladu? Is that ladu? Maybe try one ladu. I had this many years ago.
Oh.
So yeah. Thank you very much. That's great. All right, I would call that smooth sailing. Look at that meal. Jalebi, ladu, chicken samosas, biryani, beef curry, curry sauce, and green beans. Can't argue with that. And every time I go there, like one little detail about the ordering process gets smoothed out. And if I go there like 10 times, by the 10th time, I'll be an expert and I'll know exactly how things work. I notice little details each time. And the last time that I went there, well, actually every time I've been there, there was this, oh, it's going in the wrong direction. This question about separate that they kept asking me, and I wasn't quite sure what it meant. because I've got a plastic tray with separate compartments. So I just assumed they could just put everything in separate compartments anyway. But they kept saying, do you want it separate? And I didn't know how to deal with that. But this time I said, no, not separate. You can mix. But then they still put things in plastic bags. So I think though the beef ended up in one of the containers, or he put it on top of the rice. I can't remember now. I'll have to look when I get it out. But yeah, R-A-B, Al Bidaya. Okay, restaurant Al Bidaya. That's where R-A-B comes from. Nice place, great people there. They're very patient with me that I show up and I have no idea what to do or what to order. But they take their time and help me out. With this dinner run and this little camera experiment, there's my dinner. I have, as I said, I have the GoPro all by itself. No media mod, no microphone, nothing. So this is the built-in mic of the GoPro. And it's so funny to hold on to the GoPro like this because it's so small. That is what the action camera is supposed to be. A tiny device. This looks minuscule in my hand. I like it. It'd be so nice if I could just use the camera like this. No accessories, no doodads, no gadgets, no adapters. But basically no media mod. And yeah. So, gotta get across the street. But yeah, this is really nice. The camera looks so cute. My GoPro Hero 9 looks tiny. Yeah, beautiful day today turned out to be. Just looking in that direction. You can see the blue sky. Very nice. I like this hotel in my tiny room, but it would be nice occasionally to have a table and a chair. There's not a lot of room for enjoying a biryani feast, so I have to move things around and make space for dining. And on this white bed sheet, you do not want to get careless and spill your feast, make a mess. All right, it's time to lay out this feast on the Planet Doug dining room table, such as it were. So yeah, I've got the jalebi, one jalebi, one laddu, and 2 chicken samosas. And yeah, I'll set those aside for now. And then comes the meal itself. Okay, I need both hands to do this. Okay. And there we have it. Biryani, the egg, the beef. I kept calling it daging because that's the word I know from Indonesia, and I heard other people saying it, but I got the impression when I was at that restaurant, when I was saying daging, nobody knew what I was referring to. So then I changed to beef, and then it's like, oh, you want the beef. So I guess maybe daging. Whoever I was speaking to didn't really get it. Anyway, and then the beans. But again, this gets into the whole separate business. I told them, no, it doesn't have to be separate, but they still put the beans in a separate bag. But I mean, they could have just put them in there. And then the sauce here is also in a separate bag. And that's kind of understandable, I guess, because if they put the sauce in here and the lid wasn't fitting properly, it could spill all over the place. I don't know. But anyway, that is what I have at the moment. So there's the meal fully displayed. All of the beans and the sauce, and then the, of course, the beef and the biryani. Looking really good.